In terms of configuration of the metamodel, it is done by the administrator, and here we have different capabilities. First of all, we have to define the method if we want to extend the current method that comes with ARIS. And for example, one common thing to do is to create new attributes. We can create new attributes, for example, to define if it is a text or not. For example, multi-text line in English, because ARIS is multi-language, and then we can indicate the name of the attribute for different languages. We can create a new attribute. We can indicate if users, if they can edit the attribute or not. We can indicate also in what of the available groups of attributes we can include it. And we could indicate during the modeling to use different symbols. For example, if this attribute is filled, to display, for example, for the task a red color, and if it is maintained, to display a green color, for example. We finish. Here is created the general description, the new attribute. Here we have all the default attribute type groups, but we could create new groups. For example, our own attributes. And here we can indicate this attribute type group inside what other group will be. We can go again to the attribute that we created before, and then here we could indicate that we would like to include instead in the main group in our own attributes. Also, it's possible to create or to import our own symbols based on this method, in where we have different symbols, different attributes, different connection types, the different model types. We can create also a new type of model from the scratch in order to indicate we would like to create a new type of modeling where to include only this kind of objects, to link this object with this specific connection types, and to allow only to fill this kind of attributes. It can be done with no technical skills. Also, it's possible to define the filters. The filters is the way in where we create, let me say, different classes in order to display or to allow to the users to see different information, because perhaps we would like to allow to some users to see all the attributes available, for example, for a task or for a system, but for other kind of users we would like to display only description and general description and name, for example, but not the cost and other kind of information. And for example, for some users we would like to display the organizational charts, but not for others. This kind of access limitation to the information can be done via filtering. In order to define this kind of information, if we open this one, for example, we can indicate the name and the type of models that we would like to include in these filters, the type of objects that we would like to consider, the different type of connections, select also what symbols we would like to display on for each of the models selected, to define also for each type of model that we selected before and the symbols and connection types selected, we could indicate what we would like to allow and what not. Also, it's possible to indicate from what type of objects it's possible to navigate to other models below, and also from what relationships it's possible to navigate to models below, for example the interfaces, in order to be able to see the details. It's possible to select the attributes that we would like to assign to the definition of each of the models, to each of the type of objects, to each of the connection types that we have selected. Also, it's possible to order the attributes that will be displayed for each of the model types, object types, and connector types. And also, it's possible to define the order of the symbols that will appear in the model inside. With these capabilities, it's possible to configure the meta model according to the needs of the project.